All right, this is the 1998 C5 Corvette. I'm here with the owner, Tim. Tim, I'm going to just leave it up to you to tell us about yourself, tell us about the car, and just let's kind of dive in.
Great. Yeah. I grew up with my father, who was a dirt track engine builder, a championship winning dirt track engine builder. So I've had mechanics and engine building drilled in my head my whole life. So I did all the engine work on this one myself. It's the second year of the LS1, and these motors were awesome because they make great power and they're very simple, easy to work on, good stuff. So we've got the LS6 243 casting number heads. I did a mild porting job and polished valves myself. Comp cam, LS7 lifters, chrome moly push rods, Harlan Sharp roller, billet rockers, Melling oil pump, LS7 timing chain, all the good parts. The bottom end is still stock. And David's got a picture of when we took the heads off at 100,000 miles. We still had cross hatching in the cylinders. That's how good a shape the motor was in. So, plus all the all the bolt-on add-ons, the VariRam True Ram Air cold intake, and just a bunch of little things that make it cooler. So I also sent the ECU off to East Coast Supercharging, who at the time really did a lot of LS stuff. And basically all they do is ask you what you did to your motor, and then they will do a mail order tune and send you back your ECU. And that worked out well. We bolted some Nitto DOT drag radials on the car and did 100 shot of nitrous at Rock Falls Dragway and ran an 1110 at 122 miles an hour. So it's a really fun toy, and there aren't many things out there that are going to beat up on it. I've also got the HPE Trans diff brace, got the Fat diff brace. There's a whole list of stuff.
Clutch obviously is new, replaced.
Yeah, upgraded clutch so that we handle the extra power. We could go on, and I have given a list of everything to David. So if there's any particulars that anybody wants, we've got excess power, polished stainless long tube headers, and the 3-inch X cross member.
The cutout, right?
We've got QTP electric exhaust cutouts, so you can go through the stock muffler system. Well, it's actually a MagnaFlow muffler system, or you can do straight exhaust through the cutouts. These are, the company was called Radio Flyer Innovations forever, and that's a very nice HID lighting system. And I've got the high 4 harness on them so that when you hit high beams, all 4 lights come on. It's like police helicopter searchlight at night. We've got the ZL1 style front splitter. These are Grand Sport replica wheels, Sumitomo tires, which really stick well. I like those. Did the aluminum reservoirs, got rid of the plastic ones, got the Elite Engineering catch can, got the K-Tech billet tensioner, Holley tall valve covers, obviously fuel rails and adjustable fuel pressure regulator. I've got the remote bleeder for the clutch, which is a big thing because it was impossible to bleed the clutch the way they set it up from the factory. Got the Corbeau A4 seats, got the very cool custom stitched console cover, all the buttons, controls for the nitrous system. We also have a line lock built into the thing so you can do super cool Supreme burnouts. And then we did the nitrous bottle with the proper nitrous heater and blanket, and it is vented per NHRA rules, so everything's cool there. Got the amps and 6 subs, so the system sounds great. Bray Krause harness bar with the 5-point G-force harness. We did the wide body rear fenders and did some wheel spacers, so we got the rear track out a bit.
Talk about the ABS system, what happened, and
Yeah,
what.
so anybody that knows about this generation knows that the ABS modules were a problem, and General Motors quit making them many years ago. And so it was either impossible to get one or extremely expensive to try and get one. So we are ABS traction control delete. And
So you got rid of the actual, the actual module,
and
brake line.
bracket,
Okay,
and everything is
got it.
gone.
Understood.
And the wiring harness is modified correctly.
Yep.
So that everything else still works correctly. When you start the car, you do get a service vehicle soon light, but there is also a reset button right there so that you can turn it off. But that's why. It's because it has no ABS in it anymore.
Okay.
And I assume, and I've been told that somebody that has the programming and can plug into the computer could delete that so that it doesn't come up every time you turn
I see.
it on.
Air conditioning, everything's full
AC,
operation.
Everything works great. I replaced the accumulator with the desiccant beads in it a couple years ago, just so that we made sure everything was working correctly. So, yep, AC, heat, everything's all functional there. New battery, I've worked on this thing. I've owned it 12 years. I've worked on it constantly. All the fluids, all the services have all been done recently. And for the past few years, I really haven't driven it much. So, you may have a few 100 miles a year on stuff. But you can see tires are in awesome shape. There isn't probably 2,500 miles on the tires, maybe less than that, I'm not sure. Brake packages are all in super good shape. Everything, diff, tranny, oil, I mean, it's all been done very recently. I'm not the kind of guy that ever kept records and receipts on everything. It just didn't much matter, 10 years ago, I would have told you I'm never selling the car. But, as you get older, things change. And it's time to move on to my 58 Ford pickup project. So,
Sway bars. I remember you changed the sway bars.
Yep, Z06 sway bars. And
Oh, full coilover conversion.
full coilover conversion, all in American stuff. So, yeah, the thing, man, it's stuck to the ground like you can't believe.
Tell us about the history, like how many track days, obviously you took it to the strip once, like what's kind of the history on,
Yeah,
the abuse, so to speak, the car has had, if
Yep,
anything.
We've done some lunchtime touring at Road America, and basically you can go out and follow the pace cars around, and there's no passing or anything like that, so you can't get stupid,
Can't get rowdy.
Right, but you can hammer down a little bit, and so you get to go fast and you get to corner fairly aggressively. But I'm the guy that's got to fix it, so I'm not gonna abuse anything. That's just the way it's always been. Even at the drag strip, I would feather it off the line a little because I didn't want to break anything. So yeah, once you're the guy that has to fix it, you learn not to break stuff. Even the sway bars, the sway bar links originally from the factory were plastic, and they used to break. So a couple years later, they went to a metal upgrade sway bar link. So of course, it's got the metal upgrade sway
Interesting.
bar links.
Gosh, I can't think of anything else to talk about. Just really quick, let's kind of do a tour of the inside, like the buttons and stuff.
Yep.
As far as, let me pull the key. So just kind of navigate.
Got the Momo steering wheel. Of course, red and black leather. So I made and installed this, and this is the main switch for the nitrous and for the nitrous heater. And the nitrous has the proper full throttle switch on it so that it can't be activated unless you are at full throttle. It also has the proper safety solenoids on it so that unless you are full fuel pressure, it won't allow nitrous to go in. So it's all just safety devices so that you're not going to hurt your motor. And we have a line lock, of course, and button for the line lock is right there. And basically you pump the brakes up good and firm, hit the line lock, let off of the pedal. Now your front brakes are locked, so you can warm up your rear tires. And as soon as you get those rear tires smoking a little, all you have to do is switch the line lock and the front wheels release, and away you go. So that's really the main stuff that we did with that. And then the exhaust cutout toggle switches right here. So you go up and hold it, and that opens the exhaust cutouts. And you'll know when they're open. You can hear, and then obviously down closes them. And that's really the main stock stuff, or the main aftermarket stuff that we did. And like I said, you will get a service vehicle soon light when you start the car, but the reset button is right on the dash so that you can just turn it off right away. 5-point race quip harness. Yeah, cool stuff.
Cool.
Fun stuff.
Well, I think that's it. We'll sign it off here.